Alright, we're going to do 4-3 really quickly. It's one of the easiest sections in the whole book because you should have done this before, and it's just really a matter of recognizing when you can use it. We're calling this solving by square rooting, or solving by extracting the square roots. That's a little bit more old-fashioned. Our book doesn't use that. But what it means is, and I'm going to start down here where it's easy, it means there's no like b, or there's already a factored form of x with a square root, and there's no other x out there except the x part that's being squared. So this is the most simple form. We've just got x squared equals 121, and all you need to do is take the square root of both sides, and you've got it then. So x is going to be equal to plus or minus 11. And we do write the two different values that might make this be a true statement. Negative 11 squared will give me 121, and positive 11 squared will give me 121. Okay, so that's the simplest form. Then it can get a little bit harder this way. So if you want, you can pause me and just solve it, or even not pause me because it's so straightforward. All we need to do is get this x squared by itself, and then we can square root both sides. I can't square root both sides really yet and get an answer easily, so I divide both sides by 5, and I get x squared equals 9, and then I can take the square root of both sides, so I get x equals plus or minus 3. Okay, so just write your answer like that. So those are very simple, and a bunch of your homework problems are like that one. But then they can build up and be as complicated as this. Right? So when you see an equation written, and you've got parentheses with an x in it, and you've got the squaring out there, don't do anything that'll make it harder. Don't FOIL this all out. Don't expand it. Don't try to put it into quadratic formula. Simply undo the 3 and then take the square root and then go from there. Okay, so I'll show you how to do it. We want to just isolate this parentheses so that we can take the square root. To isolate that, I divide both sides by 3, and I've got then x minus 2, still in parentheses squared, equals 16. Okay, and so then we can take the square root of both sides, and I get just x minus 2, right? The square root of anything squared is going to give you the original thing, and then that's going to be equal to plus or minus 4, because taking the square root of 16 will give us plus or minus 4. Always get those two answers. Don't just write 4. Then, to get x by itself, I just add 2 to both sides. And we would write x is equal to 2 plus or minus 4. But what that means is, one answer will be 2 plus 4, and that's going to be 6. The other answer is 2 minus 4, and that's negative 2. These are our two answers. Don't write them in parentheses because that would look like an ordered pair. We're not plotting a point. We're looking for two x values, 6 and negative 2, that work. You can always plug it back up in here and check. So 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 squared is 16. 16 times 3 is 48. If I put in a negative 2, minus 2 more, that gives me negative 4. Square that, I get a positive 16 again, and I get 48. So that's all you do. All right, so your homework is going to be 10 through 24 even on page 204. 10 through 24 even. 10 through 24 even. Okay? So you get those done. That won't take you too long if you follow those steps. Thanks a lot.